Hi, welcome back to Pittman's Pumpkin Patch, Pittman's Garden Patch. It is May 20th, 2017, and I'm going to give you an update on these fig tree cuttings that I have out here. So I got these fig tree cuttings off of my dad's fig tree about, I guess maybe a month and a half ago, 2 months maybe at the most. And so I cut them, and I put them, put the sticks in the soil, and here we are like I said, about a month and a half, 2 months later, and I will show you an update. This is the best looking one right here, and you can see, hopefully, that might be better. See those roots coming out of the bottom? Yeah, so it's taken. Roots have grown out of the branch, and now it's ready to be transplanted, which is what I'm going to do here in a little bit. And I got another one, actually three of them. This one is not so much. You can barely see the roots coming out of the bottom, but there's at least one root. Maybe you could see that. And the third one, you can see the root hanging right there coming out of the bottom. So now the other ones have not shown any roots out of the bottom yet. So I'll just keep waiting to see what happens with them. They're not dead, as you can see. So this technique of just putting the stick in the ground, here's what I've learned. At first, I was watching YouTube videos like a lot of us do to learn new things, and people were showing that, well, if you wrap them in paper towels or if you put them in a jar of water, you'll get roots growing out of them eventually. Well, sure, and I did that at first with these, and that's exactly what happened. I started getting some roots after about, I don't know, 2-3 weeks maybe. And but I talked to a buddy online who's out in Hawaii, and knows an awful lot about these things, and I just told him what I was doing. He goes, that method is not a very good method for propagating fig trees. He says, because those roots that are growing, because they've been submerged in water, or what he called water roots, and they're not going to be very good when you try to then transplant that into some soil. They're used to feeding on water, not being in the soil itself. So he said, what you want to do is put the sticks, the cuttings, in the soil directly. Keep it moist, and then when you see any roots come out of the bottom, then it's time to transplant. So that's what I did, and I kept them over here in a very, not completely shady, but mostly shady. They get just some ambient light mostly, maybe a little AM morning light for a little bit, but not much. And just kept them, and the moisture from the rains have been enough to keep these things. I've had to maybe water them one time, and that's it. So that's what I've learned about these fig tree cuttings and how to really propagate them. So now I'm getting ready to put in put those three and transplant them in here. So from Pittman's Pumpkin Patch, Pittman's Garden Patch, if you have any questions or comments, post them down below, and thank you for tuning in and subscribing. Bye.